We're back to the road to 10k trophies. We're playing Giant today. It's just what I'm feeling, and you can't go wrong with a little Giant. No one's ever said no to Giant. That's a real fact in life. Google it if you wish. But yeah, this deck I used to get to let me lock in for a second. This guy's played Hog Rider right off the bat, which means how does I get 3 hits on my tail? I just love how I look away for 1 second, and a big, brolic black man is barreling down my lane with hammer in hand to do over 1,000 damage to me in a matter of seconds. This is the game I know and love, and now he's back to another hog. This little Hog Rider schmuck. He's playing Hog Tesla as well, which is even better. But luckily I do have my NATO back in hand for this troublesome man here. He's gonna hog here. I can feel it. Or not. Alright, give me free king activation. I would never say no to that. How this deck pretty much works is I place Giant, go figure, and then I place things behind it. Yeah, that's about it. Do I remember the perfect NATO lineup? That's most certainly it. Yes. This little nerd stands no chance. So he had arrows, right? I'm gonna E-drag here. He cycles Earthquake. What could that possibly mean for us, dear viewers? He's cycling all of his little... This little man is playing Evo Firecracker. And the hog of course gets a hit on my tower, because there's one constant in life, You could say the sun will come up tomorrow. You will eventually meet a gruesome demise by the hands of a crazed serial killer at the age of 26 in your life. And the other constant is that Hog Rider will always get ahead of the tower. And he's just giving me the tower for some reason. I don't know how this guy's running out of Elixir. He's playing Hog Cycle. That is like the legendary 7 times Elixir of decks. Goes for another Hog here. I'm gonna arrow that first. I'm so cool, calm and collected under pressure, and of course Hog Rider just goes back to my tower to get another hit. Because that's just how this game works these days. I'm gonna Evo Knight at the bridge here. And then I'm gonna catch this Tesla right here. Yes, everything according to my grand plan, of course. Did you expect anything less? And I can use my arrows here, get rid of that firecracker. I'm not used to playing with an iPad yet, so I'm doing these massive exaggerated movements like I'm a little drooling iPad baby. Which of course I'm not. I'm an incredibly grown-up, talented firecracker. He's placed it. I'm not a firecracker yet. I might get this someday. This guy's just been embarrassed. I'm so sorry. I know this guy has a family. Probably not anymore. He's probably gonna get disowned after this embarrassing gameplay. But the truth is, he used to have a family, and if he doesn't, then boo-hoo. Vico Piante XDDD. But he's not laughing now, is he? The only one laughing is me. It's the only one laughing. Speaking of laughing, I have a funny story that just came to mind, so I'm going to tell it now. A great chaos is now upon us, from No Clan. A great chaos. Now if that isn't a scary name, I don't know what is. But I have a story to tell you. This was way back when I was in high school, in like year 12, I think. So that's pretty much, I think about 40 years ago at this point. And it was one of my friend's birthdays, right? And I had this really crazy, awesome running bit where I would buy them the most useless, most intricately stupid gifts from Amazon. Just the most vapid, like most unimaginable things you could buy on Amazon that people were probably like, how did you even know that was the thing? How did you know that was on the menu? And so this occasion I was buying a yodeling pickle. It was incredibly phallic shaped. This guy's playing Expo, so I'm pretty much screwed here. Incredibly phallic shaped object. And I thought, okay, that's fine. I worried for a second that I get delivered to my home, and then my parents will see that I've ordered a strangely penis-shaped object, and they wouldn't be too happy about that because I don't do things like that. I don't put things in my butt. I swear to you, I don't do things like that. But yeah, I ordered it on Amazon, and luckily it got delivered to my post office instead. So one morning, when I was going to school, because I used to do that, I decided to pick it up before I went to school. Because why not, When in Rome, as they say. You can activation all you want, little boy. That's gonna help you. But yeah, I wanted to pick it up before school. It's running a little bit late, but that's okay. It was year 12. Nobody really cares in year 12, to be honest. And at this point in time, I was getting back into Pokemon card collecting, because that wasn't all the rage back then. It certainly isn't as bad as it is now. So I had a lot of cards in my bag. That's important to the story. So I rock up at the post office. Everything is fine and dandy until they ask for my identification. You know, so I'm not just some random guy. How does that get a lock? Oh no! Please, 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 please! It's done it. Yes. How did that get a lock? Calling me confused. Calling me so utterly confused. How on earth did that get a lock? How? How is that possible? My giant was bumbling down the opposite lane, and this Tesla just... It's okay. Anyway, at the post office, completely misplayed my giant there. He's gonna get a little lock for free now. If he's smart. Which he's not, so that's good. He defensive expos. Curious play. But yeah, I go to the post office and they're like, can I... This Indian guy, I'm not gonna do the accent because that's incredibly racist, and I wouldn't do something like that. And he asked for my ID, and I go, okay, yeah, let me just pull it out of my bag. And for some reason, I was keeping my ID in the same pocket where I was keeping my Pokemon cards. And there was a big line behind me. There was a massive line of people. I don't know why so many people were getting their stuff from the post office at like a fucking Friday morning. Maybe that's when everyone comes there. I don't know the meta for collecting shit from the post office. This guy's definitely just stalling for his eventual rocket cycle, isn't he? I'm not gonna let that happen. Do not think for a second I'm going to lose to rocket fucking cycle here. I hate when that happens. Anyway, I was collecting it, and then I reached into my pocket, into my little bag, and when I was pulling out my identification, you won't believe what came with it. It was like 10 to 15 different Pokemon cards, spilling out fucking everywhere. I must have been keeping them. I must have had some secret compartment where I was just keeping Pokemon cards, because there was so many of them that came flying out in comical fashion, spraying out all over the place, and there's not a single iota of music playing in this place either, mind you. So there's just zero diegetic sound, except for me scrambling to pick up my Pokemon cards. And I'm like trying to diffuse the situation a little bit, because I'm kind of keeping up the line here, but so I give it like a little like a little laugh. Nobody bats an eye, not even the guy at the desk, and I've been fireball cycled. Great, that's great. I don't know how that looked into my fucking firecracker instead of my... Welcome spell cycle in overtime. I love it. I love the ironclad defense that a great chaos has displayed to us today on this fine evening. 30 trophies, thank you. That's exactly what I wanted. Anyway, yeah, all these Pokemon cards came flying out, and I was like, haha, isn't this situation so comical for everyone? I turn around, there's a line behind me, as I said before, and they are stone-faced. They are looking at me with, like, not even a single little smile on their face, because, let's be honest, like, from their point of view, it's like a what? Again, like a 17-year-old kid dropping their Pokemon cards. Isn't that kind of comical, you know? Isn't that kind of, like, endearing almost? No, these guys are locked the fuck in. These guys are getting their shit, and they wanted nothing to do with me. And I'm overloading this lane now, because I just want as much damage as I can possibly get in single edition time. Single edition time, single other time. So yeah, they were just looking at me like I just killed their parents or something, and I was like, okay, I didn't know there's levels to it, but I guess it does. And yeah, that kind of stands as one of the most embarrassing moments of my life, I think, because I just remember that the diegetic sound of me scrambling to pick up my Pokemon cards off from the ground. It was just a scramble. Nobody helped me either. By the way, nobody helped me. Like, when someone drops something in front of you, do you not, like, instinctively bend down to go help them? There was a guy right behind me, and he was just staring at me. Not even a single nerve fiber in his brain, like, even fired off to even start bending his knees to come help me. Pause, that kind of sounds weird. But it was just, it was eye-opening, I think, is the right word to use. It was eye-opening to see the true... Okay, it's okay. I may have nothing to stop this night now, but it's okay. But yeah, it really showed the true monsters of humanity that I had come face to face here with. And mind you, this is not the last time. It was made even worse because this is before I got the package, right? So essentially, I had all eyes on me while I was grabbing this strangely phallic-shaped, non-wrapped yodeling pickle. That's what I bought. I don't know if I mentioned that. I bought a yodeling pickle. It's a pickle, electronic pickle that just yodeled. And that was pretty much all it did. and I had to pick it up. They didn't wrap it. Why? I was like, why wouldn't they wrap this thing? So they all knew that I bought this fucking thingamajig, this hullabaloo, and my mental image was tarnished forever, to say the least. My reputation was gone from that moment onwards. So after that ordeal, I walked out of that place with a pickle in my hand, and my dignity lost forever at the same time. And isn't that just beautiful? Isn't that just a beautiful story that I've told? I feel like now I've expressed my heartfelt concern, my heartfelt, my most deepest, darkest secret. And I hope this video gets buried under every single other video that I'm gonna upload, so nobody has to know about this. If you're watching this, like, a year into the future, God forbid I'm still making videos a year into the future, but if you're watching this a year into the future, and nobody's brought this up yet because nobody's watching this far back in my videos, do not bring this up. Do not fucking bring this up. I swear to God, I will destroy you. I will grab you by each individual atom and pull it out. I'll add one proton to every single one of your atoms. That's what I'll do. But and that's gonna go for me today. We actually made a net gain. That's surprising. What's my giant chest? A whole lot of niche. What's in my giant chest? A whole lot of niche. Smash like for niche.